them. So okay.
All right.
That's funny.
Trump's attorney, Sidney Powell, pleads guilty in Georgia election subversion case. Now, remember, it was her. Remember how many was it? Like 13 or 20 or something? I don't know how many it is anymore. 19. Yeah. They all part of this whole RICO case. Yeah. All part of the crime family.
One by one, what's going on with them?
The Mariano crime family.
No, what did Emerald call it?
The Mariano, his name, his
Mar-Largo?
Mar-Largo. The Mar-Largo crime family. Well, Sidney Powell, she's part of the Mar-Largo crime family. And she decides to plead guilty.
Okay.
She said, I don't want no smoke with none of y'all. So the day before, she was holding out all this time. Said, I'm not doing a plea deal. I'm not doing a plea deal. Well, she's supposed to go on trial tomorrow. The day before she goes on trial, she does a plea deal. Mm-hmm. Former Donald Trump attorney Sidney Powell has pleaded guilty in the Georgia election subversion case, one day before her trial was set to start. As part of her guilty plea, Powell is admitting her role in the January 2021 breach of election systems in rural Coffee County, Georgia. With the help of local GOP officials, a group of Trump supporters accessed and copied information from the county's election systems in hopes of somehow providing that the election was rigged against Trump. Fulton County prosecutors are recommending a sentence of 6 years probation. Powell will also be required to testify at future trials, write an apology letter to the citizens of Georgia, and pay nearly $9,000 in restitution and fines, and turn over all of her documents. Now, Trump hit the wall. Mm-hmm. He's been on his truth thing all day posting. Mm-hmm. This is scaring him. He can't stand this. This was his attorney. And this lady is one of the top people. She knows everything about this. Mm-hmm. And she was one of the people specifically who hired a consultant. She was a lawyer, and she hired a consultant who knows how to go in and crack things, go in and do things on the computer and stuff. Mm-hmm. And she hired this person to go in and do that to the election things, the ballot, the boxes.
Right.
Who told her to do it?
Because she didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to go do this to help out.
Who told her to do it?
But she got to prove that. They have to prove that?
That's what I told you yesterday.
They got to prove that she got her orders from Head Boy.
She got to make sure that he did something. Now, if more than one person says it came from Comb Over, you don't need to prove it on paper. That's why they're doing the RICO thing. Okay. You just need to prove one person did something, and then everybody goes down with them. That's why you don't want a RICO charge. And that's why they invented it, Attorney General Kennedy, because he couldn't get the mob bosses. Yeah. You could never get them physically saying, put a hit on somebody.
Exactly.
But if 18 guys come in and be like, hey, it came from the boss.
They would have to do that with Putin.
Yeah.
RICO charges, because Putin never probably said, go poison them.
Well, they don't have RICO charges there. You just out of luck in Russia.
Oh, that's right.
So it says she is the second person in sprawling racketeering case to plead guilty. Bail bondsman Scott Hall last month pleaded guilty and agreed to testify at future trials. The other 17, we were saying how many, included Trump, have pleaded not guilty. So this is what Fani does. She breaks them down one by one, and she gets them to turn, and then she'll say, okay, well, because those aren't the ones she wants. She wants the big fishes.
And that's probably what Rachel Maddow was saying. They're trying to use that same, there's a law, or they're trying to put something in place where they can get rid of her.
Oh, to Fani?
They're trying to get rid of her because they've done that in some past historical situation that happened with our politicians and prosecutors, and they got rid of each prosecutor that they felt was not on their side. Right. So God forbid that she gets put away from this, because she's doing a very good job.
Justice Frost says she probably made a deal to keep her law license. Oh, because they didn't say nothing about her law license. Pled guilty to misdemeanors instead of felonies. They didn't say anything about her law license being taken away from her.
I don't know.
Probably not.
So maybe she did do it because they told her. Because if she's in some small town in Georgia or something, she can still be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? People don't care.
I'm surprised if that's the deal that they gave
And think about it.
Because
what defendant,
like Giuliani, you lose it.
But think about it. Who wouldn't go to her if you're a criminal? That's my defense attorney. This lady's willing and dealing to get me out of there.
What's the guy in Chicago, in this area that we keep hearing his commercials?
Oh,
Top Dog.
Top Dog.
We got a lawyer here that commercials.
I'm going to Top Dog.
He gonna get in his commercials is literally somebody fussing.
Yeah.
Man, if you going through something, call Top Dog. If they coming at you, man, don't make nobody come. His commercials are like
call Top Dog.
His past is he has some shadiness.
That's what I'm saying.
As Top Dog lawyer, and he's a good lawyer. You
a criminal. You a guy selling drugs on the street. I'm going to Sidney Powell. So you're right. If they didn't take her license away, she can always practice. It'll be people like that though.
Yeah.
Hey Sidney, what can you do? What some loopholes can you give me? I know you went above and beyond what come over. You don't have to go that far with me, but what can you do for me?
Oh my gosh. We don't know. We just assuming that could have been the deal.
If she's still keeping her license. It would make sense though. Keep her license, and then I'll tell you anything you want to know about Comb Over.
As long as I get all that money I put in to go to law school.
Yeah. All right, so that's Sidney Powell, y'all. We'll keep Comb Over was on the toilet doing his tweets and whatever all day about
posting, right? Because he
was livid. He was hitting the everything. He was telling on people's addresses. Everything that's against the gag order, he was doing. He wants to get locked up so bad. Because he said,
as a martyr,
he even said in one of his speeches, lock me up because that'll draw more attention or something like that. He wants to get locked up. Mm-hmm. My thing is, he has this love of thinking, and he probably is right, that his locked up is different than everybody else's locked up.
It is.
I feel like if they lock him up, he needs to go to the same cell that everybody else goes to be locked up. With the stinky toilet in the corner. In Georgia. He needs to be, if he wants to be locked up. But he knows they're not going to do it. Mm-hmm. He knows that if they lock him up, he'll be locked up in Mar-a-Lago or somewhere. Mm-hmm. With an ankle bracelet on.
Can't go out the house. Beep, beep, he went out. I went out in the backyard. What's wrong with that?
Thank you.
Oh, I tell you.
But if they locked him up, wouldn't that be so funny? Let's all hope. The gag order, he put Letitia's address all out. He didn't went past the gag order so much.
I thought they moved from there since the situation they had.
I wish they would lock him up in a
No, they need to take his cell phone and his computer.
No,
that'll kill him.
But I'm saying lock him up in a real life cell.
Yeah, but he can't have no phone or nothing.
That's if you locked up, you can't have no phone.
I'm saying if you can take that at least, shut his accounts down.
I just want him locked up like that.
Have a person that's good with hacking go into his account and shut him down.
We can dream. They'll never do it. And put him in general population in prison.
He'll make friends there. Like Bill Cosby.
Yeah, he'll make friends. They'll be so happy Trump is there. He'd be a celebrity in prison.
In prison. Isn't that sad?
All right.
Oh, well. Maybe something may happen to his health. I don't know.
Wow, are you right now that on something?
No. What's to say? He could have business and he won't have no money.
That's how you get him, by taking his money away.
Make him a poor man.
Justice for All says, in jail with his Secret Service agents outside the cell. I would love it. But that we can only dream, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And God knows the best.
And why are you putting him on a gag order and you know you can't lock him up?
Mm-mm. So get him in the pocket.
He don't go broke.
Because remember, Joy said it on The View. She said all the cracks that people had on him, back and forth about his hair, his color, until Rosie O'Donnell said something about his money.
Yeah, he got mad.
He got mad and came at her really hard.
He don't want you to mess with his money.
Talk about how rich he isn't, or a poor man. You went bankrupt. Your hotels are going to fall down. He got on her big time after that. She talked about his hair for the longest.
Yeah,
he didn't mess with her then.
Yep.
But we'll see.
All right, I was going to talk about Sarah Huckabee.
What did she do?
All right, I'll talk about. Have you heard about Sarah Huckabee, Mom?